Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee Break with Kathrine. It is a chilly day. I just saw a fancy new feature on here. I'm just going to throw it in here. Is it snowing where you are? How about this? Snowfall here. Yesterday a little bit. Today the roads are still a little bit rough, but hopefully you'll be able to stay in, watch Coffee Break with Kathrine, all that good stuff. It's like a snow filter. Makes us all a little bit happy. That's my favorite kind of snow, if I'm being altogether honest. Hey, speaking of roads and driving in snow like this, I'll tell you, coming up in just a little bit, we're going to be talking with the folks from Tire Discounters about a service that they have. Look, I know a lot of us are not driving, over the river and through the woods to grandma's house this holiday season, but there are still reasons to get your car serviced and safe ways to do it in this world of COVID. So we're going to be talking about that coming up in just a little bit, as well as, by the way, things that you need to get fixed on your car that I never even thought of. All right, I'm just saying it. There we have it. That's all coming your way next. All right, let's bring in right now. I told you we were going to be talking about how we can and why we need to service our car this winter season. Brandon Grubbs is joining us now from Tire Discounters in Blue Ash. And Brandon, thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. This is exciting. And I dig the pizza. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Why have I not thought of this before? Joy, thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right, let's start talking about, we all know we need to have our car serviced. Number one, a lot of us probably haven't been driving as much as, this year, working from home and that sort of thing. So we've probably been a little lackadaisical on getting our car serviced. Why? Let's talk first of all about how you guys are kind of helping folks who are a little bit nervous about person-to-person contact and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so you'll probably notice, we've got our logo here. It says Skip the Shop, which is something new for Tire Discounters. We're always coming out with new services, which we'll discuss a couple other things that we have too. But Skip the Shop is a program that we instituted. We started piloting it about a year ago now. And what it is it's a professional valet service. We've gone out and employed a professional team that will come to your home or work. They'll pick up your vehicle. We'll social distance. They wear all the proper PPE. So they're going to have gloves. They're going to have a mask. They disinfect everything they touch. We use seat covers, the whole 9 yards. We make you feel super comfortable. We actually started doing it. I'm located live right here in the Blue Ash area. And back in November, pre-COVID, when we still had a lot of folks around here working, we started piloting this program. And from pure convenience, everyone loved it. Fast forward a few months, COVID comes on board. People were a little bit more nervous to get out and about. Well, this is a very good answer for that when you want to get your car serviced. Because again, we'll show up to your doorstep now, show up to your work, we'll pick that vehicle up, we'll take it to one of our locations, we'll service it. The store will communicate with you the whole time. They'll even allow you to now pay over the phone. You can pay via text message. Lots of really cool technology coming. And then we'll pick that vehicle back up and drop it off to you.
So it's convenient and safe. Those are two good things this year.
That's right.
All right, let's start talking about windshields, because I know a lot of us, especially, in this time of year when, the roads start getting a little bit rough, we might get a chip in that windshield. And that's one of those things that a lot of people put off. It's like, it's too cold. I don't want to deal with it right now. So let's talk about why that's something we shouldn't be putting off.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm one of those people, FYI. So trust me, before we started doing auto glass, we brought in a lot of experts from some of the big name companies around our country, around the world. And, I got educated on auto glass. I'd roll around with 2 chips in my windshield, not understanding the importance of your windshield, let alone how expensive it can be down the road if you let that chip turn into a crack. We do accept all major insurance providers. So a lot of time it is covered, especially if you're in Kentucky.
Yep.
There's a beautiful law in place where if you have full coverage or comprehensive, glass is covered for free. So if you got a chip in your windshield and you're in Northern Kentucky right now listening, go to Tire Discounters, give us a call.
I have done this. It's awesome. I didn't believe it at first. I'm like, it's free? Are you kidding? But yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, Northern Kentucky free. And then in most cases, Indiana, Ohio as well, around the greater Cincinnati area. A lot of people don't even realize they have glass coverage. So again, we accept all major insurance carriers. We're priced extremely fair if you decide to pay out of pocket. But you brought up the key point, which was don't let a chip turn into a crack, because at the end of the day, your windshield it's very integral to your vehicle's safety. So if you were to have a cracked windshield and get into a rollover, and that windshield's actually meant to support your roof. So if it's compromised by having a crack, it can no longer effectively do that. So Not using scare tactics or anything, but again, these are things that I learned, and I was like, wow, okay, well, I'll get that chip fixed right now. And it's super convenient. We're mobile. We'll come to you, or you can go into one of our Tire Discounters locations. So while we do your oil change, brakes, tires, any of our other services that we do, we can fix that chip for you on the spot.
One of the things that you guys do also, and this is something that even those of us who have cars with like rear cameras, and there are some cars with like the front cameras and all of that, those cameras need to be calibrated, and we rely on them so much for backing up or parking or like the lane assist that some cars have. And I don't know that a lot of us knew that that needed to be calibrated every now and then.
Again, I'm in the same camp, right? Until I got educated, which is what we're going to be here to do. You know, all of 2021, you step into a Tire Discounters, you start following us on social media. We're going to start pushing some educational videos and content and things like that out there. But yeah, forward-facing cameras are extremely important. You know, if you're removing a windshield and you put it back in, you need to make sure that that camera is in the exact same spot, because it's important while you're driving down the road, as you have lane departure and some of these other driver assist systems, they need to be calibrated to point exactly where they came from the factory. You don't want to get into a situation where it's not reading the road correctly, or it doesn't recognize a vehicle next to you. And there's a lot of other safety systems on your vehicle that people don't realize. You know, you kind of named it. If you're pulling up next to a pole or backing up to a building, you hear those beep beeps and all that different stuff. All those things have to be calibrated correctly to make sure that you don't run into a pole or a building. So
that's a good thing. Good thing any time of year. I'm putting you on the spot, Brandon. Jim is asking here, a lot of disinfectants are alcohol-based and can dry out leather upholstery. What do you use to avoid that?
Yeah, so normally we'll cover that with the customer when we arrive. Hey, do you feel comfortable with us using a Lysol spray? If you don't, we have plastic coverings that we use. We'll put plastic on the gear shifter. We have plastic that we put on the steering wheel. Again, we're wearing masks. We're wearing gloves. We'll go above and beyond to make sure that your vehicle is safe and that you feel safe with us servicing it.
So if those of us who are like, okay, you know what, we haven't really thought about our car in a while because maybe we haven't put a lot of miles on it, what are the things we need to look for right now to see if it is in need of service?
The normal thing, you know, it's starting to get cold out, so we'll do free air pressure checks and top-offs, as we call it. Air pressure in your tires, as it starts to get cooler, it's going to start to shrink down. You're going to notice that the PSI in your tires will drop. Just stop by a Tire Discounters. Let us take a look at it. Most times we can just top them off, put them where they need to be. Look for those cracks in your windshield like you were talking about, chips, and let's make sure they don't turn into cracks. And then on top of that, the other service that's a big one right now as it gets cold is batteries. Bring your vehicle by. We'll do a full battery and charging system test, no charge. Reach out to our Skip the Shop valet program. We'll come get it from your home for free, do the charging system test for free, and bring it back. Again,
that's amazing. All of that for free.
All that for free. We're here for convenience and safety. You know, at the end of the day, that's what Tire Discounters is about. You know, this year, a lot of people don't really know it. We kind of be humble about it, but being based out of Cincinnati, we were named the #1 tire dealer by Modern Tire Dealer in the U.S., which is a very, very big honor, and it's a very big deal. And it's because of a lot of things that we do. We go above and beyond for our customer base, whether it be additional services like glass repair and replacement, this valet service with Skip the Shop, which at the end of the day, you know, it's a big undertaking. We're employing an entire staff that we don't charge for it. So clearly you can see the expense. You know, we have to get vehicles, we have to get fuel, we have to pay, you know, payroll, stuff like that. And our owner and our leadership team have said this is the right thing to do. So we're doing it.
All right. Well, you can learn more. The link is down there below, tirediscounters.com, all that great stuff. Jim says that's what great customer service is all about. He thanks you. And Brandon, we thank you as well. Thanks for joining us here on Coffee Break.
Anytime. Thank you very much. And again, you Skip the Shop. And if you need to get it, you can go onto our website or call your local Tire Discounters. Perfect.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. And again, all that link, the link is there below. And yeah, you've seen Tire Discounters in and around the area, headquartered here in Cincinnati, and then regional as well. So this Skip Shop is kind of expanding as well to other markets too.